Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Calamity. We're going to have a fun time this week, this session. The party leveled up to level 5. I'm sure everyone has updated their character sheets that I have not hit refresh on, in case they haven't yet. But yeah, let's jump right into that. Hello, Ian, how are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Good. Give us a random fact about Xander.
He's tall.
I like it. To the point, a fact. Kyo, how are you this week?
Panicking a little bit. I had to do a presentation, create a presentation that's going to go to the C-suite in a couple of days.
Congrats on the opportunity.
No.
No.
They name. Why do they need to know my name?
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a random Kaylin fact.
Picked up it undercommon from somebody that she met while faffing about with the Merc Guild.
Hell yeah. I like it.
So they could talk smack about people and not get caught.
I love the motive behind it.
Of course. Why else would you learn a language so you can talk smack behind somebody's back?
I love it.
I know who I am.
Sandy. Sandy, hi. How are you?
I'm good. Miz is also doing pretty well. He's a little cheery, I guess. Oh, well, not cheery, peachy, I guess is the right word. He didn't do much, but can't really do much if you can't see. And he did try to burn a dragon alive, so that wasn't a good thing. But we'll see what happens next time or this time.
Hell yeah. Give us a random Miz fact.
He has. I'm gonna say he has insomnia.
I like it. I'm going to ask a Miz random question because, we don't hear from you as much sometimes. How many cloaks does Miz have? Does he have multiple cloaks so he can just swap them out? Is it just one that is like his cloak? Does he have a favorite?
He does have a favorite, but he also has multiple because, after committing assassins and collecting bounties, you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb. So he does change cloaks, but he does have a favorite.
Okay, how many?
It's nice.
So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought when she was like, "Zoka doesn't like to talk about himself. Give us a Zoroka fact," and you were just gonna be like, "Zoroka fact. He does not like to talk about himself."
You want to know something? That was actually the first thing I was about to say, and I was like, "No, you know what? Let me."
We already knew that. Already knew that. Zoroka doesn't like talking about himself. This is Soul talking about Zoroka. So two different things. Two different things.
But yeah, Zoroka's ready to tackle the next mission now.
Hell yeah, everyone is powered up, level 5. Hit me with some recap, because shit happened last time. Shit sure did happen.
Found out the dragons' names were fucking Mango and Pineapple because you have a theme.
I knew you would love that. Okay, so to be fair, if you look at images of mangoes and pineapples and images of baby bronze dragons, same color schemes with the brassy colors and the greens. That's why they named themselves that. Because it's the same colors.
You just like fruit. It's okay. You can accept it.
And pineapples and pineapples even look kind of scaly, so you know.
Exactly. It is a hearty, respectable fruit that eats you as you eat it. Fun fact, it's very acidic.
Humans are space orcs.
Well, we continued the Dragon Messiah plan from the previous session, where we tried to continue negotiating with the kobolds to get them to give us the dragons. We ended up deciding that we were going to do a duel between Zoroka and I and the two kobold, the chief and the shaman. It was a good battle, but ultimately we were victorious, and we then went to talk to the dragons to convince them to come along with us. And after some talking and bribing, we were able to get them to come along. We led them out of the cave after a small little hiccup with them trying to run away, and once again convincing them to stick with us. And once we got them outside, Lenora showed up to take them away, but before she could, our wizard friend, what was his name?
All right, someone else help him out. Take over.
Fredman?
Redmond, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed up, and he was checking out the dragons, asking them some questions while we got a little bit of information from Lenora. Then Lenora took the dragons with her, and then we were like, hey man, since you're already here and you're going back the same way we're going, can we just ride with you, split gas money, whatever. And that's what we did. He teleported us back.
So we have not actually left yet.
Oh well, he's going.
Yeah.
That's where we left off. Was he was
Plan.
going to teleport us back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone want to add more details, like the totally fair fighting style of the kobolds?
I guess. I don't have really much to add other than the kobolds were not planning to fight fair from the beginning, even though they said they would. Miz was a child for about 80% of the session because he can't see in the dark. And he almost shot Taroko with an arrow right by the ear. Because he thought it was a calculated risk that he's willing to take.
No Zarokas were harmed in the end. By you, at least.
For now.
For now. Hopefully it won't come to that. Any other details, fun facts, things that
yeah,
stuck
the
out?
legendary action was fucking pocket sand and stabby.
Yeah, I was going off a stat block. I promise I didn't make it up.
Also, what's his face is still out there with us now.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yes. So that is where we'll pick up. Yeah, because Darn was out there with the horses still. So everyone snag you that DM inspiration for the recap. And that's where we're going to pick back up. So you have not returned yet. Darn walked up to Fredbin and seems to kind of know who he is. But they, just based off of body language and everything, they're not like close friends or anything, but they have a positive, at least acquaintanceship, that you can tell. But yeah, Fredbin has resigned himself to providing teleportation back to everyone. Was there anything? Oh, Darn is going to stay with the horses and take the horses and the carriage back so that he's not just abandoning them. As a side note, was there anything?
We appreciate that, Darn.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to like abandon the horses. Pretty sure they'll take that out of like your paycheck or something too. So, yeah, I'm gonna make sure they get back in one piece and all of that. Don't worry, if any more gnolls attack, I got it.
I have the utmost trust in you.
Really, I was just letting you guys do your thing and judging your skills. But more gnolls attack, I got it. He gives you like what is trying to be a wink, but as he tries to wink, his eyelid does not fully close over his bulbous eye. So it's more like a like you can almost hear the eyelid half close and then open as he fails a wink. He tried. He did. He tried real hard. He's gonna go off to make sure the carriage gets back. Anything else? Okay. If there is nothing else, then you all teleport through the Fredbin's little magic place. Boop you over there. Boop, boop, boop. Fredman's gonna walk you back to the teleportation circle to get back to Dragon Glen. But before you teleport back out, he is. Did he hand you guys money yet? He did not, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
He is going to.
Wait, I think he did actually. This
Did
was
he?
like I think we split it. It was like 20 gold or something, right?
Yeah, it was 20 gold apiece because I made
Yeah.
the joke that I'm back in the black because I had spent 20 gold on the track.
Let me know if I can help with anything dragon related in the future, and please do give me a call next time you find any dragons. I know the questions seem quite simple, but they do have a purpose. He is going to thank you all and then activate the teleportation circle, and you are back in Dragon Glen. Okay. So you get back to Guild HQ. And Hanga kind of motions for you to go upstairs and meet with Golemov, just kind of like last time. As you ascend the stairs, you all notice something on the long rug at the top of the stairs. You see that there are bloody footprints that seem to appear out of nowhere in the top landing area, and a few droplets of blood. They lead. Yeah. Henga seems to have. I mean, she just waved you up there like she might not know. There were no footprints on the stairs. It was like somebody just appeared there, bloody. And you see that the footprints lead towards Denmir's office door. And you see there's some blood smeared on the wall and the doorknob, like they were checking her door. Then whoever this was appears to have continued down the hall. And then they lead into Golemov's office. You see there is blood on the doorknob, and you also see that the door is cracked. As all of you are at the top of the stairs, regardless of whether or not you are proceeding past these bloody footprints, you hear an upset, raised voice coming from Golemov's office, and recognize Jess's voice. You hear her say, Denmere will just keep bringing me back, but what about your little pet party, huh? How many death warrants are you trying to sign? What if their mission was a trap, too? They fall under my jurisdiction, and if they get hurt, their blood is on my fucking hands. I can't keep them alive if I'm not even here. They're converting people from the fucking Assassin's Guild. And then you hear what sounds like glass shattering and silence for a moment. And then just quiet swearing in Elvish. What do you do?
Kaylin gives and kind of shrugs and like puts her hand up to her ear like a.
So Golemov's office is at the end of a hallway. Hallway is like 20, 30 feet at least. And so you are kind of a stealthy group. You could sit and listen in if you wanted, or you could just stroll on in. It is totally up to you.
I just over the like just real quick, Xander wants to just be like, did Jess just imply that she died? Because I heard brought back. Did Jess die? I don't know. That's just a weird verbiage. Anyways, we can go in if you want, like, or we can sit here. I mean, it's up to you guys.
You hear more of the conversation as Golemov cuts the silence, and you hear his voice kind of low and rumbling through the hall. They do fall under your jurisdiction. Would you like to handle this yourself? Jess says, bringing in more people means bringing in more potential liabilities. I don't know what you or the rest of the council could even do, so yeah, I'll handle this, but it needs to be my way. What are you doing?
Kaylin is going to stroll forward very loudly through the hallway and knock on the door and open it and go, good news, Golemov! We didn't kill anybody this time!
They both kind of look surprised as you open the door. Inside, you see the bloody footprints kind of stop, but there are large droplets of blood that lead to the nearest sofa that Jess is sitting on. You see she is covered in blood, dirt, and what were pretty bad wounds that are now starting to partially heal thanks to the potion she just drank and then shattered the bottle for. But it does not look like it was anything close enough to heal her completely. She only quickly glances at you before turning her head away, like she does not want you to see her face. And you do see that Golemov is sitting at his desk and suddenly seems to remember that he is covered in blood now, from the front of his robes and both hands, and obviously he helped Jess to the sofa. And as he starts using prestidigitation to clean himself up, he says,
Pardon the mess. I trust everything went well. No deaths?
We did our best. Nobody died. Pretty elf lady came to get bundles of joy. Yeah, Fredbin gave us a ride back.
He looks curiously at you.
You said Fredbin was there.
We were like, hey, can you teleport us back? And he did.
You see Jess and Golemov exchanging glances, and then Golemov kind of like waiting for you to continue.
Zeroka looks at Xander and he whispers, I think I know what you mean now.
Xander just makes a slight nod and just continues to kind of look forward, let the conversation continue.
Golemov kind of motions to the coffee table where there is refreshments out, and he says,
Please make yourselves comfortable and help yourself to some refreshments. I would like to hear about how exactly the mission went.
You see this time, he notices the door and makes sure it is fully closed using his mage hand. What's everyone doing?
Coffee!
Just because I don't ever get to do this nearly as much, as Xander is like walking over to the couch and stuff, he uses his invisible mage hand to like pick up one of the like refreshments and stuff and bring it to him and stuff. Just sits down like are there like fruit and stuff on the table?
Yeah, it's like light refreshments. There's like a little bit of fruit, some like light pastries and stuff like that. Like those delicate little stands with like the tea cakes and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's that with like some fruit and nothing too sweet or unhealthy, but little mini quiches maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he brings one of the fruit to him, grabs it, takes it to his hand, and then like uses the mage hand to pick up the knife, and without like holding the knife himself, he's like using the mage hand to like to peel the fruit. As he like walks over and sits down, and it was just like, yeah, the mission went really well. I believe, definitely went off kind of without a hitch.
That is good to hear. What exactly was your method going in?
Well, I believe it was brilliant. So we came up with this great idea. The whole party combined came up with this perfect idea.
No, we did not. I am taking no credit whatsoever for anything about this.
Well, the other three of us.
No, I was everyone.
See, Sorga's got my back.
You
But
are such a little murderer. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it was everyone. Everyone came up with it.
this idea that I was going to use the powers that I had to help disguise myself and add a little more oomph to it to essentially say that we were that I was the messenger of the gods, the dragons, and that I was the dragon messiah, and we gained an audience with the kobold chief and shaman with that, and that gained us enough of an audience to be able to negotiate with them. Finally, we came to an agreement that me and Zeroka here would have a duel with the chief and the shaman, non-lethal, of course, and and we were more than capable of handling ourselves in the duel. Afterwards, they held up their end of the bargain, and we were able to liberate the dragons to their new home.
You see Kaylin pause in her drinking of the coffee, and
Golemov is just kind of nodding along as he's listening. Jess is just listening and using prestidigitation to like clean off her face and some of the blood.
Real quick, Xander just stands up for a second and quickly, like for show, disguised himself to go into the Dragon Messiah appearance. It was like this is how we gained our audience with them.
Jess finally lifts her head and looks up at you, and you see like a big old cut along the side of her face that she was kind of looking away and hiding. And she just stares at you and then reaches into her pocket very slowly, just pulls out a flask and takes a nice long swig of it, just completely blank faced.
She's impressed. Jess is impressed. She liked it.
Jess is just like, are you fucking serious?
She was impressed. I could tell. No.
for once, and only once, Kaylin will like catch Jess's eye and like just toast with her drink and go back to drinking. Like, yes, I know, it's a thing that happened. Deal with it, bitch.
So yes, that's essentially how it went. Now we did run into a small snag on the way there, which is actually something I would actually like to very much discuss with you real quick. Galmaldo. On the way there, we actually ran into a caravan that had been attacked by gnolls. Unfortunately, we quickly, jumped out and tried to do what we could. Unfortunately, there were no survivors there except for one, save one mage who is actually on his way to the capital to try and set up a stall. Now, I was actually kind of curious if there was any way we could possibly help him get a good real estate for his stall. He's already agreed to help, kind of fund our 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 quests and stuff. He doesn't know about what we're doing, obviously, but he's already agreed to kind of help, give us like enchant things and make magical items and stuff like that. So I was just wondering, the guy's pretty much lost everything. This is like his only chance. I was just wondering if there's any way we could just help make sure he gets like a decent spot on the square to, set up.
Well, that is not really my jurisdiction, but if you write a letter describing what happened and the merits of this investment, as well as what you think he can bring to benefit the guild, perhaps I can have Denmere look it over and see if this would be a strategic partnership.
Yeah, nah, that sounds more than doable. I can absolutely do that.
Lovely. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell me about the mission? And he kind of looks at everyone else just to make sure.
The only other thing off the top that I can quickly just off the top think of is that the kobolds did mention that they had I think 3 previous visitors before us trying to get the dragons from them. One of which was that dastardly gang that we had already ran into. Yeah, but apparently they ran them off. So just something to be aware of.
You see Jess taking another swig from her flask, and she's no longer looking up at all of you, just kind of staring at the coffee table. And she says, speaking of them, they are a group that I have been tracking, and they are bad, and they are growing, and things are going to get worse before they get better. I've confirmed information about them recently, and it's bad. They're growing so fast and funded by some powerful people. And she finally looks up and makes eye contact with each of you, and you just see she looks exhausted. If you want to stay on this task force, rescuing dragons, I promise you are going to run into them. And I promise they will do everything in their power to capture or kill you, possibly both. And if they capture you, you'll wish they killed you. This is your chance to take some time to yourselves and reconsider. They are out for blood, and yours will be on the menu if you don't back out. So ask yourselves if the dragons are more important than your own lives. If that's the case, I promise I'll do everything in my power to protect you, but I'm only one person.
Kaylin just, oh, Jess, you do care.
As she's saying this, Miz is just a savage, and he just starts eating all the pastries one by one, in like one bite after the other
Like
on the table.
establishing his dominance by just eating them whole. Just
I just imagine him
Yeah.
like,
Like he takes like two handfuls, he like scoops it up on the table and just eats it all in one bite and just tries to swallow at once.
Adulting. Kayla's just going to add, unfortunately, I enjoy you being on this plane of existence because that means I get to annoy you more. So, I will stay. Also a little bit out of spite. But I am glad that you are still on this plane of existence.
Guess I should never have left the Feywilds. It's too late. I'm here now.
Reach.
Well,
so, like, how many of them were there that did this to you, or are you, what happened? It's kind of Xander finally just kind of looking over at Jess and talking about the other elephant in the room, not Gollum, but
Well, that's one fucking pun. We haven't had one in a minute.
hey, the figurative elephant in the room.
Ugh.
Jess uses her own invisible mage hand that none of you see. You just see one pastry being salvaged from Mrs. Decimation, and she drops it in her own hand and is kind of looking at it. She shrugs a little bit and says, "It's not always the number as it is the quality."
I agree.
That's also a little bit more on a need-to-know basis. More than a few, but not a ton.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it just kind of sounds like you just essentially told us that if we were sticking around, that we were on a kind of a need-to-know basis here. Like, you said these guys, we're going to be running into these guys. This guys did this to you. It kind of sounds like we might be on the need to know.
There were 4, and all of them were from the Assassin's Guild that have converted over to the Midnight Sun.
Gotcha.
Caitlin just kind of sits up. Excuse me?
The Midnight Sun is getting anyone they can that they feel would be useful and recruiting them. I could not tell if they were charmed, but knowing what I know, they're offering a pretty penny, and not everyone can refuse that.
I know we may be kind of overstepping our bounds here, but do we know to what end yet? Why the Midnight Sun are even trying to collect the dragons? Are they trying to influence them and the curve of the future by doing so, or what intelligence do we have at the moment on these guys? Like, what are their goals? What are they wanting?
Jess kind of leans back on the couch and kind of like just stares up at the ceiling for a moment as she's pondering how to answer. She finally says, "They want, I suppose, what a lot of evil organizations want, at least from my intelligence. They are trying to gather dragons to figure out how to bring more of them back.
Gotcha.
And I don't think they will be bringing in the more agreeable metallic dragons. And to what end exactly? I imagine power, greed, controlling the realms."
Etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine if you were able to bring in a bunch of dragons and have them under your, guidance for so long, you could sway their influence and then thus sway the future towards yourself. So it's kind of where my initial thoughts were, but I was just wondering if we had anything more concrete.
That is all of the concrete information that I am willing to share. But you're right. You are technically now dragged into this need to know. But I will be honest. The more you know, the more dangerous it becomes. I will keep you informed on what you need to know to keep yourselves safe. And she pulls out a folded up piece of paper that is now kind of soaked through with blood, but she tosses it on the table next to Miz's pastries and kind of motions for him to open it. The gif.
Miz will take a second to stop eating to then open up the letter that she left on the table.
It is a wanted poster with a 500 gold reward for the capture, dead or alive, of Ms. Jano. And there is a drawing on there of a cloaked man. You can kind of see the lower half of the face. And there's like a brief physical description. And although the cloak is kind of ambiguous, it's obviously white, but it's the more you look at it, the more the jawline looks slightly more like Zeroka's than Miz's.
What you do?
500 gold, you say? I'm scared.
It's not even my cloak.
Yeah, you realize it looks a lot closer to the cloak Zeroka had disguised himself with during the Black Dragon mission.
He didn't see that.
Oh, did he only have it on for like a few minutes?
No, I put it on. Remember when I went to the back right before I attacked the guys?
Okay, and then you took it off?
Up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the style is not the same as Miz's. There are some variations in it, and you're not sure if it's because someone was drawing from memory and just describing it, but it's kind of close. The cloaked guy. Miz's name.
What did you do?
Actually, so Zeroka then looks at Golemov. Golemov gave Miz that, right?
Jess pulled the wanted poster out of her pocket.
So, first of all, Zeroka will ask who made this wanted poster first.
That is from the Midnight Sun.
So they just have a wanted, like, what jurisdiction do they have to just make a wanted poster? I guess it's just.
Well, we have an agreement with several other guilds. And that agreement protects all of us, and we do not allow bounties on the heads of our own members unless there's been a grievous crime committed. This seems to be only posted in private establishments, and this one was taken from one of their headquarters.
So it's not like a lawful thing. It is something that they're offering their own.
Jess says, yeah, no, this is not legal at all. Nobody at the guild approved this. Nobody would have approved this. There's no official stamp from any of the guilds on here. And it's honestly not even a good fucking drawing. Whoever created these really should be ashamed of themselves. There's just no pride in people and their work these days.
So, Miz, I guess you just wear this color cloak anymore.
Pretty much.
Because the amount of cloaked individuals. Sure. That's a great idea. But you. Does that mean I get to call you Mr. Stabby everywhere?
500 gold pieces.
That's over 500.
Who said,
We're not turning him
who
in.
said that it had to be us actually turning him in?
Jess looks between you all, just like, listen, you go on the missions. If you want to make a plan, submit a request, write down the details, and make sure everything makes sense before it gets to my desk. And I will think about it. But I'm guaranteeing nothing except if you decide to turn in one of our own, there will be consequences and nobody will be happy.
Noted.
Well, I mean, I'm not turning in.
Yeah, no. He's Miz-eye.
Jess is specifically looking at Caitlin.
I don't. Okay, so first and foremost, yes, I will do a lot of things. Betraying somebody, a friend, I don't care if I would die in the process.
Well, sounds like you are a much better bounty hunter than most of the ones I've met.
That is what I have been fucking trying to tell you since we met. I have rules, damn it.
It's whatever. But, Ms., we can put you in a safe house if you need, if you don't feel safe where you are.
I'll be fine.
Well, depending on how things go in the future, just keep a bag packed somewhere and be ready for us to
What
move you
level?
into a safe house.
What level do we get to at the end of this?
5.
5.
No. At the end of this campaign.
Like 12-ish.
Shit. No sick room. Ah.
Yeah, no. It's the challenges of the final battles to make everything kind of pan out. I am letting y'all rapid level. Rapid level. 10 missions, 12
So-
levels.
Can you explain something to me? So the Midnight Suns are so right now, obviously, they are our rival guild. Is that correct? Yes or no?
So they are not technically a guild, they are an organization.
Okay.
So they do have a form of leadership. Nobody has told you anything about the leadership yet, but it seems to be run kind of, we'll say, from the tidbits you've heard here and there, kind of just like a big company.
Okay, so are we trying to, like, is Golemov worried about them? Is he trying to get to them in any way?
Yes. So Jess is going to explain that a little bit more.
Okay, the reason why I asked is I was like, so technically we have a lead.
Yes. Jess is going to look between you all and say, listen, if you want to go rogue, then I can't protect you. Also, if you see people with, I'm sure you all recognize the Midnight Sun logo now, the stupid little black sun thingy on the little navy ugly ass bracers, right? Everyone gather that? Right. Do your best to not kill anyone in that, because number one, they are charming people, and number two, we have agents on the inside. And they will not reveal themselves. And there will not be a way to tell who is and is not on our side. And if you kill them, that would be quite unfortunate, because I have not figured out what they do with the majority of their dead bodies yet. So we might not be able to recover and revive any of our double agents. You can rest assured, in a way at least, we are working towards bringing them down. They have different ways that they are raising funds, different nobility and that sort, that they are getting investments from, running events and things like that to get people to spend their money. That is how they're funding everything, funding all of their research. But we are working on it. And in fact, we will see how you do in your next few missions and see if you could be useful for the cause. They want the dragons and we want the dragons, but for very different reasons. Does this sound agreeable to all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, sounds real good. Yeah. Which is, it was a table full of food when we walked in here, and it is just
Right.
empty. Like,
At least we know it's not going to waste.
like we didn't eat all day. We're just real hungry. All right, this is dinner. But yeah, no, that Jess, that I feel like that sounds agreeable. We'll keep doing our thing, and as far as I'm concerned, in this particular matter, I am the blade. You just point me at what I need to stab.
Everyone else?
I have to prove you wrong. I'm going to
you
make
can
me.
try.
I'm going to make you like me, whether you like it.
Her eye just twitches a little bit.
Kaylin winks at her.
She takes another swig from her flask.
She's fucking determined now.
Well, Kaylin, you keep trying. Me and Jess are already like BFF, so like, good luck. But you know, keep it up. Keep trying.
Jess just gives you the most blank stare.
I just kind of look over, just like finger gun.
Oh no, even better. Both Jess and Kaylin just give you the same fucking look at the same time. Just like,
She's so impressed. Everything I've done, she's just like, that's a skillful man right there.
Jess just looks exhausted at this point. Already tired, a little less bloody after using some prestidigitation, but still exhausted. And she says, right, one last thing. If you hear rumors about dragon sightings, proof, whatever, come to me first. Do not investigate yourself. I have a pretty convincing misinformation campaign on the black market, and most will lead you directly to basilisk breeding areas. The Redferns, Finellis, and a few other noble families are offering huge awards for proofs or parts of dragons, so don't get greedy. I'm basically just keeping them chasing their own tails, and, the basilisk really like the free meals too.
Impressive.
Yeah, Golemov looks exasperated and it's just like,
Again with the basilisks.
and Jess just kind of like points her finger at him, says, they are cute. Just because you don't know how to handle them doesn't make them bad. Golemov is just like, You see him setting out your reward money on his desk.
Anything that you need to add, Guild? I mean, Galamon.
Jess just slowly turns her head and looks at Xander.
Sorry, slip. I apologize. Anyways, Galamon. Anything you need to add?
Golemov just looks somehow even more exasperated, and Jess is staring at Xander and is just trying to take a deep breath, calm herself, and says, listen, are we going to have a problem here? Because you are disrespecting one of the most powerful wizards in the realms and a close friend of mine.
No problem. I promise.
Good. Well, like I said, go make sure you have a bag packed. I'm going to try to get a safe house set up, and you will more than likely be moving into it. So I hope you all get along so well. Just gives you the biggest fake smile, kind of wincing a little bit with the cut on her face.
I mean, me and Zaroka are bros now, so yeah, we good.
I mean, that was in the meta. Well, I guess you two work together pretty well.
Yeah, we go. Are there bunk beds in this safe house? Because like
Bunk beds.
me and Zaroka, bunk beds.
Zaroka would definitely be taking his own room.
Wow. Okay. Thanks, man. Just throw
But
me under the bus.
he'll still give you, a little fist bump, but yeah.
Cool.
Don't worry, they are safe houses, not safe bungalows. Everyone will get their own room.
Nice.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to say or ask, as the pastries have run out at this point? Except for the one in Jess's hand that she stares down Miz as she pops it in her mouth.
The absolute swag.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Well, if there's anything, unless there's anything anyone else wants to do or say, you all collect your 100 gold reward.
Woo.
And head back out. Oh, that's what. On your way back down, as you are in the, like, descending the stairs, you see, kind of coming around the corner from the supply area, two people, two familiar figures. One, three of you had met, and one of you already knew. She is a human woman, appears to be a monk, and she has a lot of scars on her too. It's been a while.
Yes, it's good to see you. He was Xander offers a really kind of unnaturally big smile for Xander. Like he doesn't normally he smiles. He's a happy guy, but this is even a bigger smile than normal as he sees her and is just like, yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm just got done with the mission and just got paid. Y'all, so you said you're all about to go north.
She Lila kind of comes up and just gives him a little playful little punch on the shoulder and's like, yeah, I'm sure you beat up some bad guys real good, huh? Yeah, we're going up north and I'm gonna see if I can punch some Manicore.
That's always fun, punching Manticores. Just if it comes down to it, I mean, this guy down here kind of points. I was like, I don't know this guy. Points to the dwarf, but I was like, he looks like a good candidate for the fastball special that we did back in the day.
She slowly turns her head and her smile gets a lot bigger, and Thomas kind of holds his hands up defensively and takes a few steps back. He's like, hey, back when I was, teenager, younger, but my fastball special days are over. These old joints can't handle the throw in, I'm good on that.
You look plenty aerodynamic, my friend. Xander, good to meet you. And he puts a hand down to the dwarf.
He shakes her hand and he has a very strong, hearty handshake. And he says, Camus Bluntheart, I'm a friend of Miz's here. Sure, he's been talking your ear off. He kind of winks at Miz.
Oh, we can't get him to shut up. Geez, I've offered to pay him, and he just keeps talking. I don't know.
Miz is just quiet the whole time.
I've got the same problem, let me tell you.
Nah, but he's kind of looks back at Miz, kind of gives him an approving nod. But I was like, he's good at what he does.
Right, well, we got just a minute or two. What did you just get back from doing? Camus just gives you a big smile.
We got back from saving this caravan from gnolls.
A bunch of gnolls? Was that your whole mission?
Most of it.
Gnolls are pretty nasty. You didn't get any slobber on you, did you? Because, it just takes at least 3 washes to get that shit out of your, the smell. I don't know what it is about gnolls, but they just reek, right?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I didn't get anything on me, but yeah, they were kind of pesky.
Yeah, I know you're pretty skilled, probably dodge right around all of that blood. But what was the main mission you guys were on?
Miz looks at him and says, oh, that's a little bit of a secret. We can't really disclose that.
A secret, you say? And you see him kind of grinning and just elbows Miz a little bit, which kind of is mid-thigh probably for him. It's I gotcha. I don't kiss and tell either, but we'll leave you to what you're doing and see if we can just get all this cold shit out of the way. Thought I was out of there and just keep dragging me back up.
And I say, well, good luck on your quest up north. And I look over to Xander's friend, and I kind of extend my hand out. I was like, the name is Miz. And you are?
Lila is Gold. Good to meet you. And she gives you a very firm, like way tighter than necessary handshake. Just like you see her muscles just like flexing in her very muscular arm.
After shaking hands with my friend here, that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And he says, I hope you two watch out for each other, and good luck up north.
Good luck to you and your next couple missions. And Kamas gives you a big old wink. Look forward to hearing whatever you can tell me later.
Yep, you know it. We'll have some drinks over it.
Sounds like a plan. The two of them walk out, and you hear before the door closes Lila complaining about how the jacket is definitely going to get in the way of some of her punches.
She likes to punch. Like, on a scale, like out of a list of her favorite things, her top 5 would be punching. 6 is fucking, but 7 is punching.
Different strokes for different folks. Everybody gets their happiness somewhere.
Quest buy. Who wants to get anything from Quest buy?
Kaylin is buying shit from fucking Quest Buy. I want this ring of finger gods. It's so dumb.
Allow me to read the description. You lock eyes with Todd from accounting. Between the two of you is the last cruller. It glistens with a sugary glaze. Your fingers point toward, and you raise your thumb. A moment passes. Todd reaches for the cruller. You drop your thumb, and he's blasted across the room. You blow smoke from. It didn't have to end this way, Todd. We could have shared that cruller. You take a bite. Delicious. Putting on the ring of finger guns allows you to shoot one dart of a magic missile from your fingers, dealing 1d4 plus 1 force damage to a creature within 120 feet. You can shoot a magic dart as either an action or a bonus action. The ring of finger guns contains 3 charges for magic darts, and those charges are regained at midnight. You must make a pew pew or similar gunshot noise for the ring of finger guns to activate. That is 100 gold. Because it is extremely fucking useful.
I am 100%, and I'm also buying the band of the Dryad. Just for me.
Band of the Dryad, a simple wooden band that appears to be entwined by evergreen ivy vines. The top is decorated with a small rose petal which remains bloomed and perfect until the ring's effect is used. Each day at dawn, the petal blooms again. This band has a single charge which recharges each. I guess it kind of repeated the description there. The power contained within the rose petal may be expended to heal a target. The wearer can touch by 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Once used, the rose petal wilts and falls off the ring, and this effect may not be used again until the next dawn. So you basically have a healing potion on your hand.
Yeah, I think I kind of want one of those too.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't want a replenishing healing potion?
Yeah, I'll get that as well.
How much you said it was again?
50 gold. Because I am a benevolent DM, this would be thousands in other campaigns, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But also,
will take one.
none of you are healers, so I'm just like, a present for you.
Yeah, I'll take one as well.
Okay.
You get heals. You get heals. Everyone here gets heals.
Well, you're healing yourself.
Well, it says it's anybody, a target that the wearer can touch.
Yeah, it's just touch. You can
I'm
touch
not
yourself,
touching
you can
any-
touch someone else.
I don't touch a lot of people without consent, so
I'm sure if they're dying, they would be okay with it. That's fair.
I'm about to say, we've already been through this.
Sometimes you got to drop the scruples, okay? Anyone want the Swiss Army wand? Totally fair if not. I'm not forcing anyone to buy anything. As always, all items in Quest Buy, unless noted otherwise, will be there as long as Quest Buy remains standing. In the future, I will be giving you clearance bin items that may or may not be perfect, imperfect. Who knows what'll happen? Usually there's a dice roll to decide. those will be limited because they are usually items someone has broken and returned. But it's fine.
I just want to touch on the fact that the way you said, as long as Quest Buy still stands, I don't know how I feel about that. The way you worded that.
Don't worry about it. You're only just now level 5.
I don't.
That's level 7 and up. Worries.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's a future Xander problem.
Wow.
The one
All right.
person Xander looks out for more than himself is future Xander.
Fair. Let's see here. Does anyone else want to do anything at this moment?
Nope. I will message you what I will be doing.
Alrighty.
Go to the zoo,
Also,
flip off
for-
the monkeys.
Also, for the rest of you, the Band of the Dryad is 100% in the DMs. So
That's what I was looking
Put it
up.
on your
Thank you for saying that.
The one that is the closest is the one by Noxrim, Noxrim.
Got it. Found it. Thank you.
Yeah, people pop this stuff with, a few changes on D&D Beyond, and I will tell you the ones that I make. I will take credit for some, like the Belt of Zoomies that you have not gotten yet. Or was it the Belt
I
of Zoomies?
want it though. What? The belt of zoomies?
Was it a belt or boots of Zoomies? Hold on.
I have a mighty need.
It is okay, but we've got a hex blade, a blade singer, and 2 fucking rogues. It might be a little OP, so I'm debating on giving it to you.
Give me the belt of zoomies.
So this belt has a metal tag similar to a dog tag with runes on it. When activated as a bonus action, you feel a burst of energy and speed and must move your full movement speed as if dashing, adding an additional 10 feet of movement. You gain a +2 bonus to AC while under its effects, but you have disadvantage on dexterity checks as you're paying more attention to the wind on your face. This lasts for 1 minute unless you make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw.
So that would cancel out because I get advantage on dexterity checks.
Yep. So it's basically forced haste.
Fast as fuck, boy.
We'd never seen
Would
speed
haste
like this.
stack?
I don't think so. I don't think it does, but I could be wrong.
I mean, it's a homebrew item, so.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's in God's hands.
You'd be going so fast. I would make you make some checks to not just slam into something because you would be going 4 times your normal speed at that point.
That's as fuck, boy.
Hella fast. I wouldn't multiply
Like
the additional
Cyberpunk.
10 feet of movement though. It would be just your walking speed quadrupled at that point. But that's why I'm like, do I even give this to you?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a later game item because I didn't give that to the group until like later in the game. So I kind of gradually give you better and better items, Okie dokie. Anything? So basically, at this point, once you are done shopping and everything, you all would get, your long rest. You level up. You go and you have a couple days off.
I do know one thing I would do. I would go ahead and write up that letter that Galamov told me to write up about our wizard friend, that the enchantment guy. He was I know, I remember his name. Give me a second. Wexley. Yeah, him. Well, I want to write up a note about getting him a good trying to get him a good spot in the in the square or whatever. Wexley Lancaster.
Wexley. I didn't give him that.
Actually,
I gave him a whiny voice, right?
he was kind of whiny, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was trying to remember what voice I gave Jonathan because now, after seeing the D&D movie, I'm just like, Jonathan! I don't know if anyone else saw it. That is not a spoiler.
I haven't seen it yet. We were
Okay.
going to go watch it and Mario the other day, but we ended up just watching Mario. So
Okay.
All I have to say is they see me rolling.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's not even a spoiler because they show that in that part in the trailer.
The thing is, if you don't watch the trailers, you wouldn't know. Hence the rolling.
They do have dice for that now. And I don't think you have to be technically a like paid member of D&D Beyond to get them. So you might just go check your dice stuff in D&D Beyond. Because I think they just did it as like a promo for the movie.
The stat blocks, not the.
that's cool.
Oh, did they? Later. Obviously not right now. Obviously not right now. But
I'm
what
sorry.
happens right now is well, not right now, but the letter. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Do you try to write it yourself? Do you get help? What is your plan here with this letter?
I think Xander would just write it himself. He's 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 an intelligent guy. I mean, like.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because you would have plenty of time to sit there and think about ways to make this persuasive. So I'll give you advantage on it.
Alright. 15.
That's with advantage?
Yep. I rolled an 11 and a 13, and I have a +2 in persuasion. Persuasion is one of the few charisma stats that I am not trained in. Deception. Oh boy, can I roll deception? But
y'all are a bunch of rogues. Of course you do. Okay. You give the letter of recommendation to Hanga, and you see her file it in Denmir's box. Because all of the council members have, little cubbies for their mail and shit like that. So you do see that she does, in fact, file it. So it is going to go to her. Anything else from anyone?
Nothing that y'all get to know.
Right. So, that night, you all have dreams.
I like
That's
dreams.
dangerous.
It is dangerous. You are correct. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sending everyone totally custom dreams. And I'm not saying that like sarcastically, like everyone is getting the same dreams. No, they are very specific to different things that are going on. Based on your backstories and shit like that. So do not think you are all dreaming the same thing and I'm trying to deceive you. Because it's way more fun to give you all your own individual flavors of emotions and shit like that. Who knows? I don't know if you're getting invested in this, but I'm doing the thing. So I'm gonna send these to everyone
Girl,
and
believe in yourself. We are here for this.
good. I'm gonna send these to everyone and then we're going to take a little break before we resume and see what if anyone wanted to note anything that they did during the couple days off, and then we move into the next mission.
Woo.
So, check your private messages. I'm going to send on everyone.
Oh, Abby over here sliding into our DMs.
Sliding. The DM
I wish she would.
is DMing.
The
DM from the DM.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's another pun.
The dum-dum. The dum-dum.
It'd be really nice to be able to just like take the DM conversations sideways. You know what I mean? Just like be able to pull them out so you can see them separately.
Yeah, and feel free when I send you that stuff, message me back. Tell me where you're at, where your character's at mentally, how they react. I would love to know how they react, what's on their mind, and kind of gauge if you do or do not want me to continue to do stuff like that. Because I'm kind of using it, obviously, as, building up to things. You know, maybe you'll get some answers through these dreams. Maybe you won't. Maybe who knows what'll happen. But
It's how the trauma happens.
I do love traumatizing.
Uh-huh.
Especially the characters with patrons. Fucking delicious. Delicious.
welcome.
Give me
You're
your
welcome.
tears. I want them.
No.
What the fuck?
I want that mug that's like the
Players'
DM's mug
tears.
of players' tears.
You
But
know-
mine
you know
is
what?
not through. It's not because I beat you at combat, because I am not great at combat. It is the trauma.
I
I'll
do love trauma.
I'll tell you what. If you give me a link to that, I will buy it for you and give it.
Yes. But yeah, everyone good to go. Feel free to message me anything. And I encourage you to message me feedback and letting me know how your character's reacting, because that helps me gauge where to move forward from there. But you don't have to do it this moment. I don't like assigning homework, so when you wanna. I'm not your mom.
You're
Guess
not?
not everyone. I guess not everyone was homeschooled, so your mom's not your teacher. But you know. So, like, unless anyone has anything to add before I just jump forward. Jumping forward, it's mid-morning. Oh, go ahead.
I was chuckling. Sorry.
Okay. So it is about 2 or 3 days later, mid-morning, when all of you get an emergency ping to get to HQ for an emergency mission. We're gonna say for convenience, you all get there around the same time. Henga is at the front desk and she is holding a sending stone, talking to someone. She looks up at you all and looks relieved. And speaks into the stone to whoever she is conversing with and says, "Yeah, they just walked in. I'll send them to get teleported as soon as they get their gear." You don't hear a response, but Henga motions for you to grab your requisition papers. Whoever grabs them, you're going to see there's no usual description. Normally you get like a synopsis of your expectations, goals, hazards, etc. But it's more of pretty much just a requisition sheet for normal items that you would normally be provided, making sure everyone has just one healing potion, etc., and then cold weather gear. And Henga kind of glances down at it and says, "Yeah, you could call it a discreet mission, I guess. You're joining Jess up north, and it's gonna be cold, so be ready. Golemov should be in his office.
Go talk to Golemov, or
He is personally teleporting you up north."
oh, abruptly the accent shifts. That's not good.
Henga just kind of shrugs and says, "I don't ask more details than I need to know. It's easier that way."
Understandable.
Shotgunning her flask of coffee. I guess to Golemov we go.
Not cutting it, Jesus.
Kaylin is normally not a happy individual in the morning. She seems exceptionally unhappy with life right now.
Well,
It's
okay,
like,
mid-morning. I said this is mid-morning, so it's like 10:30, 11.
bitch, I am still not capable of proper human conversation.
You know, that's a mood.
Give me till afternoon, then we'll be all right.
I start drinking my coffee at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I finish it somewhere around 10, 11. I am still not capable of not being a douche nozzle at work. It's like, what do you want? Have you checked the logs? Go bother somebody else. So, mood. Just like, but no, she's
Mood.
just like exceptionally not happy with life. As she's just grabs the papers, flips through them real quick to see what's going on, hands them to whoever is behind her on the stairs, and she's just going up to Golemov's office.
Kind of looks over at Miz and is just like, seems like we may be running back into our friends.
It would seem so.
Okay. You all collect your gear and head up to the conference room. Golemov gives you all kind of a weak smile, and says,
"My apologies for such a last-minute request. There has been. Well, we don't like to advertise when guild members go missing if we can help it. You will be going up north to help. Jess was up there with Denmere, and the two of them split up. Denmere found one of the team members, but Jess believes she knows where the others are, and perhaps the lair of the manticore that have been causing so many issues up north. You will be meeting Jess, so she is not going in alone, while Denmere is otherwise occupied.
Do we know the names of the other guild members that we theoretically might find?
Yes. There are 3 missing in total. Aitha, Kamas, and Lila have not been found yet.
Zeder just seems very perturbed by this information.
And Kaylin just... And who has already been found?
And who is what?
Who has already been found?
Don't make me envy. Where the fuck is the thing?
They were accompanied by Sewell, who is one of our rangers, but she has not yet regained consciousness. She was quite badly injured, and I believe the Tabaxi stream was also with them. She has also been recovered and could tell little except for there was a fight with the Manticore.
Ah.
So yeah, everyone kind of gets all. You made me lose where I was in my notes trying to find those notes. Everyone.
Considering what's about to happen, Abby, it is the least that I could do, you bitch. You fucking whore.
Love you.
You don't.
I thought you wanted trauma.
We had a gentleman's agreement. Anyway.
Did we?
Yes.
I literally changed my name in Discord to Trauma Facilitator. I don't know what you expected. I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
Uh-huh. All right. Cool. Kaylin is now suddenly excessively impatient. All right. When are we going? When are we going? When are we going? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I had additional information I can give you, but if everyone is geared up, then I can teleport you now.
What information do you have to give us?
Well, besides it being obviously dangerous, I will be teleporting you a little bit outside of what was once a white dragon's lair. Jess has been to this location before and believes that it is the most likely place for them to be, but I have confidence in you.
Kaylin just glares at Golemov.
He does talk slow on purpose. Not on purpose.
No, not the slow talking. I hope for everybody's sake that we find all the members alive. Cool. Was that it? Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Jess is also very experienced with rescue missions, so I have confidence, and you can maybe even use this as a learning experience.
And he offers you a little bit of a smile. And did anyone have any questions or anything before he teleports you?
She just continues to glare at him.
Poor Golemov.
Xander almost kind of seems impatient himself, but he's not like outwardly expressing it. He's just kind of tapping his foot as he waits.
Okay. He teleports you. You are teleported into a snowy clearing. The bitter cold immediately strikes you in the face and on any other exposed skin, and you find yourself very grateful for your cold weather gear. There is light snowfall and a gust of icy wind kind of carrying it everywhere. And while it's snowing and there's still snow all around you on the ground, it is only just barely cold enough to snow. But you also see in front of you immediately a huge white direwolf wearing a leather harness that immediately jumps backwards away from you out of surprise, hackles raised, and it starts snarling at you. And then you hear a whistle from near the edge of the clearing that gets the wolf's attention, and he lets out one last roof before just sitting down. You see Jess is the one that whistled, and she's kind of standing over the carcass of a manticore, shoving its now severed tail into her bag of holding. You're seeing that she's wearing all white winter gear that is honestly probably a little heavier than necessary based on just the current temperature. And you also see a large white stone, kind of similar to a cleansing stone. That is next to her on the ground, and all of the blood that had been splashed on her white gear is flowing towards it and getting sucked into it, but just blood. What's everyone doing?
Kaylin is just going to immediately just walk up to her. Jess, for once, I am not going to be a. Where are our missing guild?
Good morning to you too. They are hopefully in the cave entrance about 200 yards north. She kind of motions north. But don't go yet. You need to let the wolf sniff you. That's Nibbles. And she points at the wolf. The wolf kind of perks up its ears and slowly approaches whoever else is still in the little cluster and starts curiously sniffing towards you.
Xander would like put his hand out to Nibbles, but like with the palm down, like with the top of the hand out, so like he can smell in like a non-aggressive way. And just be like, "Good boy," and he just kind of goes back over towards where Jess and Kaylin are.
Does everyone let him sniff you?
Yep.
Nibbles now has your sense. He kind of walks back over to Jess, and as he stands dutifully next to her, he kind of wags his tail just a little bit, and for just a moment, he just looks like a huge fucking dog.
He's just a good boy.
You also notice, any of you that have seen dire wolves, he is a big boy. Like,
He's
bigger
just a
than most dire wolves.
baby.
He is just the big baby.
Just a baby.
Kaylin's just gonna look at Jess. Do you have the scent?
Yes and no. There's a trail over there that we've been tracking, and I've been to this cave before. But I will be honest with you. Number one, I'm not stupid enough to go into an old white dragon's cave alone in case it's an ambush, because many of the areas are very easy to collapse and get trapped in. I'm really sick of getting almost killed. Second, I am absolutely exhausted. There's, a myriad of other reasons you're also all here, but here's the deal. I'm gonna let you all take over most of this mission, if you're up for it, anyways. That sound good?
Really just waiting for the.
Oh, good. Well, then go ahead if you're taking charge. I do want you to rotate out at some point. I would like to see everyone's leadership skills.
Xander almost looks a little confused and maybe a little annoyed. Like he's kind of gives her a look, like, okay, like to Jess. Xander doesn't speak it, but he's over here like, we have comrades and friends that lives may be hanging in the balance, but you're testing us. Okay, whatever. Like.
Jess notices. Is this written on his face?
Yeah, he gives her like a legit, like, kind of confused, like not concerned look, but like a okay, like.
Jess kind of looks at Xander and listen. This is not how I normally do things, so I think it's better to have the well-rested people up front paying attention to everything. And since I'm more familiar with everything, of course, when it comes to checking for traps, I will go ahead of you, make sure nothing happens to you. But I need someone with a clear mind in front. For now, at least, because I have been tracking them all night, and it has been at least 24 hours since I have been able to rest.
Makes
Very
more
good.
sense.
Yes.
With that, Kaylin is going to promptly turn at the rest of the party. Look, I am by all measurable definitions, not in my right mind. I will rush in there with exactly zero care for my well being. One of you needs to listen there. Otherwise, I am going to get myself and everybody else killed.
That is like, well, I mean, we don't want that.
Yeah, please don't do that because the diamonds get expensive every time we revive people.
Soroka, Miz, do either of y'all have fairly good tracking skills?
Nope. No.
I don't think
I mean,
anybody has nature. Does anybody have nature?
I am proficient in it. Not nature. I'm proficient in survival.
I thought it was survival, right?
Yeah, that would be
Survival is
survival. Jess kind of snaps her fingers and points at the trail, and Nibbles kind of wags his tail, trots over, and just starts sniffing around and following the trail. And Jess says, Nibbles will handle a lot of it for us. But I don't like Nibbles fighting, and I don't think they're going to leave one of the... I think there's only 2 or 3 entrances to this cave unguarded. Just so you know what you'll be up against. Manticore as well as Jackalware. Is everyone aware of how to deal with them and what they do?
How about you remind me, so because I am not in the state.
Yeah, I have fought plenty of those, but for the guys here that have, yeah, go ahead and let them know. Go ahead and give them the rundown.
The Jackalwares are... think of them like shitty werewolves. Except they've got this, like, glare thing that puts you to sleep. Everyone but Miz should be fine because it's like a magic sleep thing, but Miz, try not to let them... I guess... I don't know if you can hide from them well enough, or... I haven't tested it much
He's the
because it
only
doesn't
one
work on me.
Because he's the
Yeah.
only one who's not
was-
an elf.
I was reviewing the Jackalware stuff and I was like, well, I got 1 out of 4.
You.
And Manticore, big ugly motherfuckers. I mean, some of their parts sell pretty good to weird ass wizards, which is why I just took the tail off of this one. And they've got their tail spikes that they're gonna fling at you. They can attack from pretty far, but then also they can attack pretty bad from up close because they've got like a couple hundred teeth and some big claws. So, be careful up close and far away. Last but not least, this poor ass motherfucker I killed over here. Let it slip who their big boss is, and that is going to be the biggest problem. So don't go charging ahead, because I have won my bet with Denmir and won 10 gold coins. It's a Lamia in charge of everything. I'm sure you all know exactly what Lamias do.
Again,
People who
dealt with
don't.
plenty of them, but
Yeah, that's why I don't think you should charge too far ahead. See, Lamia have this ability called Gios, which is one of the main reasons I want to very much kill this thing. They can control people's minds, make them do whatever they want, essentially. I'm not okay with that in any way, shape, or form, and I think mind control and charming is some of the lowest things you could do with magic. I will not be leaving until she is absolutely slaughtered. But you can also let me handle some of it. I can't say I'm gonna take her down myself with me being this tired, but try not to get mind controlled. I don't know how to help with that though.
Everybody just kind of turns and looks at Miz. For some reason, it's like pulling out like a sweet bun from a pocket and is just shoving it in his mouth. What?
he's just always eating now. That's like just a thing.
That's
Yeah,
his thing.
there were pastries in the conference room. Just sleight of hand.
His sleight of hand was so good we didn't even know he took it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
So,
But-
Lamias aren't great at hand-to-hand combat. They usually just have a bunch of slaves doing shit for you. They might have any of the prisoners mind controlled already, so we need to be really careful because our friends might attack us. Well, your friends. I don't know them that well. I know Itha, but I don't know the other two.
Xander just kind of sighs like through his nose, like the cloud of breath like through the nose type thing, and it's just like, well, then we need to be careful. Definitely don't want to hurt anybody that doesn't need to be hurt. The Lamia, Kangias, and on the Jackerwares. I have encountered them in the past. They are more of similar to like gnolls and things like that, to where they like to team up on people. Multiple people onto one. So keep them spread. Don't let them gang up on you.
Probably smart. There's a lot of Jackalware.
Maybe we have one big thing on our advantage. That's the fact that a lot of the people currently here are very, very stealthy. Maybe get in, try and thin the numbers before we, have to fight them head on.
I believe in you. Kind of just like pats Xander on the shoulder, like, you do that. I've already taken out 3 Manticore, so I'm pretty much tapped. So go do the thing. Show me what you got.
Oh boy,
you see-
here I go kill it again.
I think of that way too often. Yeah, and Nibbles, that's the prince. Nibbles is already like getting farther away from you, sniffing up this trail.
Kaylin is promptly following him with like
let's-
single-minded intensity, but like barely remembering to keep an eye on her, on what's going on around her. She just follows him.
Just because it has even a slightly better perception and has advantage on it, my little toes is going to pop out onto my shoulder, and I'm just going to be like, help me keep an eye out, my friend. And he's going to be glancing around, keeping an eye out on things.
Okay. Yeah, you head up north, a little bit more in the direction that she had indicated. And Nibbles is kind of sniffing the way there, but there is definitely like a path through the snow from tracks. Just points out the difference between the Manticore tracks and the Jackalware tracks. And what's up?
Oh, hold on. I actually fucking have something for this, and I fucking forgot.
Ooh, what you got?
I have the lodestone, and the lodestone lets me cast locate object.
Okay.
Okay.
So once I get within at least 1,000 feet of the other sending stone,
Okay.
we're gonna toss that out there, because I don't think we're within 1,000 feet yet.
You are not. Does it work through solid rock? We'll have to look up the rules on that, but it doesn't matter just yet, because as you kind of go a little bit farther forward, Jess motions for you all to stop and just shushes you real fast. And you see Nibbles kind of stops and his hackles raise, and you see shadows pass over you. Up ahead, you see 2 Manticore flying above you, and then they slowly drift away from you, kind of going south while you are heading north. And then you see just ahead of you, you can barely make it out through the trees, so you are still hidden. But you do not have a clear sight yet. There is a cave entrance. You see 1 Manticore, a third one, has kind of stayed behind just outside the cave entrance, and he is stretching like he has just woken up from a nap. And there are several Jackalware standing outside with him that seem to be a little bit more alert and on guard. I've moved you to that map. you can be a little bit further away if you want. This was just like the parameters of the map. What you doing?
So there's clearly an entrance right there, but you said that you believe that there were other entrances.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if I really want to go to the other side of this big ass mountain. She kind of motions, and you realize you are kind of near the foot of a very large mountain.
Oh, where'd that get there?
You're in the Frost Cliffs. It's very mountainous. I'm sorry, I did forget to describe a mountain. Sorry, there's been a mountain there the whole time. I don't know how you fucking missed it, man. Fucking totally not my fault.
that perception. Jeez.
Yeah, I absolutely described the shit out of that mountain earlier. Did you not listen?
Yeah, we all know there's a mountain there, but for the ones of us who don't know it's there, go ahead and describe it for us.
Yeah. So
That's gonna be a
you
thing now.
are. This is a huge mountain. It's kind of like a big sloping one that is part of, like a mountain range type thing. So it would take you quite a bit of time to get to the other side of it. There's only 4 jackal and a manticore here. You decide what you're gonna do. Jess does not want to go and find another entrance. You can.
Right.
You can just do it without her if you really, really want to.
Xander was simply just asking that there was just verifying that there were more entrances, but this is fine. We can make it do with what we got.
Can you guys control your tokens?
Is it not
Yes.
letting you?
I can't control my tokens.
Yeah.
Why can't you control your token?
You don't love me enough.
You should be able to control. I don't know. I copied and pasted the tokens from another page.
I also couldn't control it in that page either. So,
well, you didn't say that. I didn't know.
I didn't. It wasn't important.
Fast as fuck, boy. Sorry.
Is that?
I'm so fast.
many
You can't see
things.
my fastness.
But now, Xander's gonna kind of sit back and just be like, okay, now obviously I want to save my friends. So if I need to, I will. But I feel like I came up with our last entry technique. So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys for this one. What do we got? What's our plan?
3, 2, 1, murder. There's 4 of them and 1 manticore. At the very least, we could probably, way before they can actually get to us, and probably, hopefully, before the manticore. But if this is the cave and Jess doesn't want to doesn't want to go around, fuck it, we're doing it live. Unless we want to try to go around the mountain.
No, I don't believe we're going to do that. I feel like time is of the evanescence here, and we need to.
Did you fucking say of the evanescence?
I caught that too.
And wake me up inside. No, but
to be fair, she still throws a very kick-ass concert.
Oh yeah, Emily's amazing. But anyways, but time is of the essence here. So I believe we need to probably make do with this particular entrance. My only fear is that if we go in there, guns blazing, maybe one of these jackal-wares or the manticore or something will go warn the people inside. Hey, they're here.
Wait, doesn't Soroka have silent image?
I mean, I have silent image.
Cool. Distraction. See if we can pull some of them away from the mouth of the cave and do it Assassin's Creed style.
No, see, I am all for that. Don't know if I want to use a silent image to do that because I do only get to cast 3 spells a day, and that's one of them. But
I get 2, so I get it.
You want to try Dragon Messiah again?
Oh yeah, we could Dragon Messiah. We could just. I'm just kidding.
That's the answer to every mission now is Dragon Messiah.
No, you have maybe your summon can go and become a menace for a minute and then poof into disappearance before he gets caught.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Toes could go do something. Toes is Toes is a little guy. He can definitely do some
Because at the
get up
very
to some
least,
mischief.
I can Eldritch Blast one of them to death. So, at least one will be gone.
I don't know why that was funny to me, but just I can at least just absolutely murder one of them.
Kalen's spells are almost all utility spells because that's what the Eldritch Blast and the Fancy Sword is for. Because I only get 2 spells a day, so
Well,
Warlock life.
so yeah, I mean, I can send my little guy. We can go he can go cause some shit. Maybe pull one or two of them away, and we can murder them in the trees.
Theo, were you doing the thing that you messaged me stealthy? Like,
Quiet. Well, no. She pulls out a sending stone and just
Okay.
she pulls out a sending stone and just says it. Is she theoretically within 1,000? Well, never mind.
I
So.
mean, the sending stones have different rules than like locate creature.
Well, no,
how
it's not
long does
locate
creature last for?
It's locate object.
Locate
Let
object.
me double check because I don't know if it's a one time. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You are not quite within 1,000 feet. Miz, I will say your sword of warning is definitely humming at the moment. More than with, just Jess. As you are trying to figure this out, and some of the jackal wares are just kind of bored wandering, but staying pretty close to the entrance, and the manticore is letting out a big yawn, and you see him actually like flop down for a moment and start rolling in the snow.
Aw.
Which would be cute, except manticores are fucking hideous.
I mean, if we attack it now from range, we all get advantage.
He's prone. Attack.
It's rolling around in the snow.
Yeah, it rolls for just it's only rolling for a moment.
I mean, a turn's only 6 seconds.
Is that moment enough?
I mean, were y'all ready to just start firing?
Kaylin is.
I'm not. Don't be attacking yet.
Does Kaylin start firing? Because if she decides to just open fucking fire, yeah, I'll give you advantage, but nobody else is going to be ready to do shit.
I know. She like looks at everybody and is just like, heavy sigh. Cool. Can we use Toes as a distraction to try to lure some of them closer to the fucking trees?
Oh yeah, Toes is already halfway to him.
Cool.
Kaylin
is going to. She's gonna hold the 2 beams of Eldritch Blast ready to go once one of those motherfuckers gets within. Let's measure this out.
I gave you Toes control.
I see that. Thank you. I have Toes. Yeah, but like when I say that, when I say, "Oh, Toes is already halfway there," y'all notice that. Y'all hadn't noticed he like ran down my body and is already like literally halfway there. Like
for once, Kayla is embracing the murder hobo life, and she is ready to go murder hobo.
This is the way.
Murder hobo. This is the way.
This is the way. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a stealth check for my weasel, if that's okay.
Thought it was a ferret. I mean, go ahead, but
So he is a ferret canonically, but ferrets don't have a stat block. Weasels do, so I've just been using the weasel stat block.
That is correct. That is what I am doing.
Yes.
In another campaign.
Yes.
When I do an ermine, which is a type of weasel. Do what?
I didn't realize that Mr. Stabby was going after the muffin.
So I'm just gonna roll a d20, and it's an add of 5 to it. So 20, unnatural 20.
Nice.
Damn.
So.
And you're stealthing?
Yeah, the weasel is being stealthy.
Let me see. Yeah, their passive perception is lower than that. I'm gonna go with their passive and not try to fuck you over by rolling.
Cool. So he's gonna kind of like keep on. He's gonna like kind of dig through the snow and like like use the snow as like an extra little barrier here, and is just gonna kind of like, are these like ridges in the snow here, like actually here? Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah, so those little ridges are there. This is the side of a mountain, as I described this beautiful mountain so wonderfully earlier.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. It brought me to tears.
Yep.
Um,
The Bob Ross
so
painting.
so Toes is gonna run over and like, can I like he's a fucking ferret. Can I have him like throw things like
Have
an
you ever
acorn?
seen how stubby a ferret's fucking arm is?
I'm just saying, I've seen squirrels throw acorns. All right, like
I have seen ferrets do some funny shit with some rounded objects, though, very legitimately. Well, the thing is, it's not a normal ferret, is it? It's a magician's ferret.
it is a magical ferret.
Okay. I will say, okay, depending on how tiny this object is, the max distance you're gonna get is 10 feet. I'm just telling you. If he gets like a 20 plus, he can throw like a small acorn 20 feet. Or 10, not 20 feet. I'm sorry, 10. They have the stubby little ferret arms, okay?
So he wants to use the like ridges in the snow to kind of go around, and he's gonna get like behind this rock here, using that path that he takes, kind of using the ridges to be stealthy and get behind this little rock over here.
Hell yeah, a little fucker is stealthy as shit.
Yeah, and
Kayla's gonna wait for the impact. Well, actually, no. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and just straight up say I'm going to try and pull them away from the cave. So we're going to not attack until they're away from the cave, possibly even away from the Manicore. I'm going to try and get the Jackalwares by themselves. That's kind of my goal here. So then Toes is going to run back there behind that rock. And has anyone here played he's kind of this way in God of War, but specifically Smite, the MOBA Smite.
Oh, I played it before.
You know how Ratatosker is just a little shit where he'll like insult you and like slap his ass at you and shit. Yeah. So this little ferret throws an acorn and tries to hit this guy with it. Tries to get his attention. It doesn't necessarily have to hit him, just tries to get his attention with it. So I need to make any kind of like dex check with?
Yeah, do like dex or strength, whichever is higher. I'm assuming dex.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 3 in
Maybe
strength.
he like puts it in his teeth and whips it. You know, like I don't know if you've seen like cats fling like hair ties and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add the 3 to it here. Not great. 7.
It lands just on the other side of this rock, and there is an almost imperceptible as it.
Well, he's just gonna keep throwing them until one of them gets until it gets.
Okay, he's just gonna keep throwing.
Yeah, he throws like another pebble or acorn or something. Like
yeah, we'll say you all sit there and watch this ferret trying to chuck rocks. It takes a minute before any of them get close enough, and this Jackalware that is closest to him, kind of just like, what the fuck? Kind of like looking around and just sees like this little trail of pebbles. And you see him shift into his jackal form, and start sniffing around. And everyone's interest is kind of peaked now as they.
No, it doesn't have to sniff around. As soon as it gets his attention, Toes jumps up on the rock and like starts like nah-ing it and like flips its tail at it and like just like takes off like is clearly like giving it insult and starts to like run off. Like
yeah, so he still I think changes into his jackal form and just takes off. How fast is Toes?
Not that fast.
He's got 30 feet of speed. So
the jackal has 40 feet. of speed.
Dash.
But yeah, you got a little bit of a heads up
No.
or a head start. That's not what I want to do. So
So if he was here, he would have gotten. I mean, in one turn dashing, he can get all the way back to us.
yeah, I mean he's turning into a jackal and dashing at you, but I don't math. It'll be he is so absorbed in trying to catch Toes. I'm assuming he's kind of leading him back to everyone else.
Yeah, Xander is going to prepare himself in a tree, behind a tree. So as soon as Toes runs by, he's going to try and take care of this jackal. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
He has not quite caught him, but he is mere feet away when he passes underneath you. And go ahead and give me an attack.
He is unawares.
Yeah, get you that sneak attack is what I know what you were waiting to hear.
Yeah. Nat 20.
This guy and his fucking crits. Now just roll me a shitload of dice. I don't fucking know.
Oh, you got it. You have got it. Hang on, let me do all this. Okay, so it was 22 regular damage plus 14 critical damage. So all in all, it was 36 damage on that attack.
Math here. So he's permadead. You doubled his HP and damage. What do you do?
So he's in a jackal form, right? He's like a full jackal. So
Like
he's running.
Yeah.
He's running, and as soon as he goes by the tree, Xander quickly duts out and wraps puts the jackal almost into a chokehold and stabs through its neck with the sword, and then quickly can openers the sword and just decapitates it in a swift movement, and it's just well, that's one down.
Jess kind of looks at you and says, I was gonna add style points because of the attack, but I've got to deduct a few because now you're not going to be able to taxidermy that fur.
No, that's why we have the others back there.
Right, well, continue. Even though I'm pretty sure it would be a lot easier for you all to just kind of open fire at this point.
Hey, look, I am a big fan of working smart, not hard. I am perfectly okay fighting them one-on-one when they don't know I'm here.
Right. And you see Jess pull out a longbow anyways. And just wait, not knocking an arrow yet, but just waiting.
See,
letting you lead.
I try to be strategic, try to be small. Xander's mumbling under his mouth, his breath, try to be strategic, try to be smart.
Xander. Focus.
Yeah,
Jess is cranky, okay?
Yes. How about we do it your way until it doesn't work, and then we just destroy them all and just keep going.
Sure. Oh, so I'm sitting Toes back out? All right.
Okay. Tell me how you're going at this one.
Okay, just for you guys, I'll try and pull more than one this time. Is that okay? Is that good? How heavy is a Jackaware's head?
I don't know,
say
10
fuck it and throw
pounds?
it. You are just gonna say fuck it and throw it, aren't you?
This was a highly doubt. I was gonna see if Toes could carry it. If
Absolutely not.
Then I was probably just gonna
maybe
throw
closer
it.
to 5 to 10 pounds. I don't fucking know how much a head weighs. I've never weighed a severed head. I've never had a need to weigh a severed head. Okay.
Hey, well, actually, no. What you could do is you could just have Toes be in an area and then throw the head by where Toes is and have him just stand on top of it. Look what I did.
That's brilliant. Yes. That is what I do. So I send Toes back over kind of to this way, and I time it to where I throw the head, and like as soon as it like lands in the snow, Toes like jumps on top of it and is just like flexing, like, like
all four of them snap to attention when they see this, and the Jackalwares are immediately just incensed at this and start snarling. And the Manticore's like, "Oh, shut up! Someone is taunting you. Let me check it out." And the Jackalware look like they are ready to bolt at any second, but the Manticore just very slowly and calmly starts stalking towards Toes.
Toes flips him off and runs off.
Um,
Which way does it?
what's
which way does
Toes'
Toes
AC?
run?
Oh, not great.
Oh boy.
That's a 13.
A tail spike from this Manticore whizzes right by Toes' head as he manages to duck into a clump of snow just fast enough. Yeah, he did not roll. He rolled a 12.
Pokes his head out, sticks his tongue out, keeps running. Like this Toes is doing what he can just to fucking mock this thing as he keeps continuing to like try to lead him back.
Yeah, he's gonna keep going. And he's going kind of slow. This guy. And he is going to he's not even moving half his speed, and he's gonna make another tail spike attack. That is a 15.
Yes, that one will get him, and don't even bother rolling damage because
Yeah.
my friend has 1 HP.
Oh.
He very did. As this tail spike just hits it, and he goes poof.
Well, you did good, my friend. You did good.
The Manticore kind of chuckles as Toes disappears, and he looks around and he says, come out, wherever you are."
With him that close, I feel like we could probably go ahead and just open fire.
Yeah, Kaylin is going to very promptly hit this purple one right with his Eldritch Blast. It's like, come out. Okay, we'll come out now.
I will let you all have a surprise round.
Woo!
All of us?
I feel like that's fair because y'all are. I'm not even gonna make you roll stealth. Y'all are the stealthiest motherfuckers around. I don't.
I'm doing it anyways.
They are the stealthiest motherfuckers around.
You are all high dex, anyway.
Fuck me, I just rolled a natural 20 regardless, and I feel really annoyed that I wasted it right then.
Oh no!
It's fine. I'm rolling my
I told you
dispel
not
dice.
to roll.
It's fine. I have at the very least 4 d20s I like to rotate between. I'm ready for those Eldritch Blasts.
All right. We're gonna do rapid fire initiative since we don't have much time left. Let's go. Give me
Oh,
some.
fuck me!
Nat 20 again.
I also rolled.
Motherfucker, what is this?
I also rolled for the damage at the very least. Because I'm holding on to those.
Miss!
Hey!
Oh, okay. Ignore the second one. Ignore the second one.
God,
What
that
was
plus 9 in
Caitlin's?
initiative
The
is
11?
ridiculous.
I don't know.
Oh man.
And I have
Should just
advantage
have
on my
it just
initiatives
sit
too.
out?
That's fucking ridiculous. If you don't go first, like every combat, something is wrong.
Oh, and then last time when I got 2 double ones.
Oh yeah, that's fair. You did do that.
I still didn't go last though, but
You weren't last.
All right. Rapid fire combat. Miz.
Is this a surprise round, or no?
Surprise round.
Okay,
Go fast.
I'm gonna use my short bow and attack him, and I attack with advantage because he hasn't rolled yet, or he's not going yet.
All right.
Sorry.
Nah. Wait, no, it's not that. It is a 20, but it's not a nat. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so it's 20
I
hit.
don't know why it does it green like that sometimes.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll one more time because I do roll advantage, and I want to see if I get a crit.
An
If
actual
not,
crit.
just take the
This is
first one.
against the Manticore or the Jackalware?
The Manticore.
Okay.
Okay, forget
you
about that.
you got a
Rip-a-rooney.
crit.
Forget about that. Just take the first one.
You got you that crit just in the
You
opposite
did get a
direction.
crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still hit him. What was the total damage there? The 4 plus 17?
Yeah, so was that 21? Yeah.
Why is it saying that's crit damage though?
Yeah, I don't.
Because the assassinate ability. If I surprise an enemy and I attack before they do, and they're surprised, then every hit's a crit.
Okay. Yep, forgot about that.
Assassin.
Yep, plus a sneak attack because I have advantage.
Oh,
Yep.
fuck's sake.
Hell yeah. So you shoot the fuck out of this Manticore. And he is upsetty spaghetti about it. Anything else on your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right. Xander, what are you going to do with this Manticore that is going to quickly become a pincushion?
Xander is going to. He's going to actually pull out his longbow and attack like that. From stealth. 26 to hit.
Yeah, I think that hits. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? Okay, make sure. Just want to be sure.
A little bit. Yeah.
It'd be great if she said no.
That's the day I'm fearing is when I'm like, 26 to hit, kind of brushing my shoulder off, and she's like, miss, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, now I want to know what critters have a high ass AC. Is there a way to?
Okay, so that is going to be 22 damage from my longbow.
Yeah. So you just are turning this guy into a fucking pincushion. As the second one lands in his torso, real close to Miz's. Just deep. There is no way he's going to be able to pull that out himself. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I am going to just move over like dash. I dash across the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh over here. And then bonus action to hide in this shrubbery.
Merry Crisis. Got it. Jess's turn. Let's see here. How much help do I want her to give you, though? Jess is going to hold her turn. What she is going to do is kind of jump up onto Nibble's back, though. Longbow ready to go, and you see that the leather harness that Nibbles is wearing is perfectly made with little stirrups almost that she's kind of hooked her feet into to get better grip. But she's going to wait and see what you all do. Since it's a surprise round, we skip the Manticore. So, Kaylin.
I rolled a natural 20 on that purple one.
You fucking got it. How bad are we killing him?
Well, let's see if the dice gods are with us, because I did get thirsting blade, not bonus Eldritch blast damage. Oh god. That is, we just double the damage for crits, right?
Yeah.
18.
You hit him, and it is directly in his throat, just crushes his esophagus, and he kind of staggers back, and he was about to snarl, so you're as he falls backwards onto the snow, like grasping his neck before, like his eyes bulging, and then he's still.
And she's gonna hit the orange one for 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Don't worry, it's not gonna crit. It's 7.
7. That hits the orange one for 7, and he kind of howls in pain quite loudly, and you can hear it echo throughout the valley of this mountain. That is very beautiful, as I have described before. but he's very much still up.
And Kale. Wait. How many times can I do this?
You're level 5. You should only get like 2 Eldritch Blasts, right?
Oh no, not that part. She's gonna point at the, like, as she's like pulling a sidearm out of from a holster, just point at him. Pew pew, motherfucker.
She using the finger guns?
She's gonna use the finger gun.
Roll damage. It's an auto hit within range.
Oh man.
Does she say it like that? Pew pew, motherfucker.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Oh god.
Jess is just staring at you like, what the actual fuck?
Do not knock it before you try it. 4 points of damage.
4 total for both of them, or
Uh-huh.
just 1?
It's 1 dart of magic missile.
Okay, you just use 1. Okay. You
No,
can
I
extend
thought it
all
was- I
3 if
thought
you
it was-
want.
Bitch, let's go. I thought it was only 1. If we can do 3, let's go ahead and just do 3, bitch.
That's the way
and
I
that-
understood it too, but that makes it way better if you could shoot all 3
Right?
at once.
Yeah.
Right? The thing is, you can
I'll
only.
have to reread it, but I already said that out loud, so.
Uh-huh.
I mean, do the thing. I just said you could do it, but I'll reread it for later.
All right, that is another 7 points of damage.
Okay, it does say 1 dart, but I'm gonna give it to you. You said 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You pew pew him, and it goes pew, bleh, just splats, and you see his face kind of just explode. And there is now blood kind of splattered across the very beautiful, once pristine, just gorgeous mountain. I don't know if I've described how pretty this mountain is, but now it's splattered in jackalware blood and 3 jackalware bodies.
Don't feel
and you
bad,
do
Abby. Like as
see-
soon as we got here, you started describing just how
Yeah.
beautiful that mountain was.
Yeah, you know, I'm on top of everything.
Yeah.
You also do see that the jackalwares, you can tell they're dead because their bodies shift back into jackals.
Jackal. It's a jackal. Tell me
It's a jackal. Jackal. It's a jackal.
Jekyll, hide.
glad you
Jekyll,
got
hide,
that.
Hide, Jekyll, hide. And she's going to be like, excuse me. And she's going to move her 30 feet over here.
Lovely. Zaroka.
I'm gonna fire a ray of frost at the Manicore.
Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So let's see. So 13.
On the Manticore, 13 does not hit. Or is that a saving throw?
No, that's a attack roll.
To hit? Oh wait, you said it's a saving throw or to hit? I'm sorry.
No, it's an attack roll.
Attack roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does not hit. Its AC
Okay.
is a little higher than that, unfortunately.
All right. Then Zeroka just.
I mean, since he doesn't know he's there, he would have advantage on that, right?
I mean, he's not a rogue though.
But I mean,
You could still take the hide action again. I'll leave that to
Technically, you did say we were stealth beforehand.
Well, now he knows you're there. You're all just blasting him, and he's looking around.
but all
also-
the turns happen at the same time.
Well, also for style points, can I get extra style points if I like spin an invisible gun and just holster it on my hip? After I'm done
Style
with-
points towards what?
using the finger guns. Pew pew.
Yeah, Jess is just very unimpressed by everything Kaylin does, specifically because it's Kaylin, unfortunately.
She doesn't care. No. This is me asking the DM for
Oh,
style
okay.
points. You don't give a fuck about Jess.
Yeah, you get style points. I don't know what they can buy, but
They're just like points on whose line. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. You are hidden. Why not? Go ahead and give me that last roll with advantage. Fuck it.
Sure.
Fuck
Put it in the
it. Let's
Put it in the
blast
fucking bucket.
That's even worse.
Oop.
Oh.
Do it.
Oop.
Oh, well.
Oop.
8. Oh no.
Yeah, that misses.
Well, you've got that natty 1 out of the way. So we're back to the top. Miz.
All right.
It is 10 DM.
Yep, that's why I'm saying rapid fire. Let's go.
I'm going to attack the Manticore again with my short bow. Okay. Let me just get rid of sneak. Sorry, let's get rid of sneak attack because that's not in play. Boop. Short bow. 14.
14 just hits.
All right. It takes 5 piercing damage.
All
Plink,
right.
plink, plink.
You
And
are
that's
quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
You are quickly turning him into a pincushion as yet another arrow, boonk, lands into his hide.
I'm fat as fuck, boy.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Xander, who you fucking up? How? Do it.
I will look at. So Jess is the one immediately after me, right?
Yeah. For the sake of speed, though, she was holding her action. Which one are you gonna go for? I'll just have her attack.
I was literally gonna have Xander be like, I'm gonna try and finish off this manticore. You get that last guy by the cave. And
Okay. She will use her held action and shoot at the last jackalware with a 14 to hit. She gets second. I don't think. Let me see. She does not have advantage. Okay. So she does 11 damage, and you see a very long arrow go through the shoulder of that jackalware for 11 damage. Yeah.
didn't finish him off. Gotcha.
No, it didn't finish him off, unfortunately, but hurt like hell. He's howling in pain.
But she does have another follow-up turn immediately after mine.
Oh wait, she has multiple attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that too.
Hang on. Did someone say multi-class? Hang on one second.
Multiclass? Lilu Dallas multiclass?
So that is 19 to hit and another 10 damage. So it's like plunk plunk and one in each shoulder, and this guy just hits the ground like a sack of bricks, once again splattering
Gotcha.
blood all over this pristine mountain.
Over here looking like Boromir. I'm gonna attack the manticore then. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Hang on. Just rolling all my dice here. For 16 total damage.
Hold on. I have to math. 16.
How dare we?
I am not good at math, okay? That is why I keep my fucking calculator open almost all the
The
time.
fact that you have to math means I didn't kill it.
Well, I was trying to see if you did, and you are just short. You see him like bleeding profusely at this point, and he's just like, "How dare you!" But still standing.
Well, it's Jess's turn right immediately after mine, so just be like, finish him off, will you?
Just kind of shrugs and actually just kind of holds her bow to the side and says, No, this is your fight. I'll step in if I need to. Does anyone else want to try?
Kaylin's just gonna really and just hit it with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Do it. Fuck it.
She's like so unhappy about how long this has already been taking. That is going to be and 15.
Hell yeah, he had 4 HP left, which was,
Cool.
a lot less.
So like seeing this, Kaylin is going to be the most boss ass of bitches. That's going to be 9 points of damage. As she like throws them out to the side, a la Scarlet Witch and Avengers, where she walks out of the door and just throws it to the side, as she's just like starting to just say fuck it and just walk straight towards the cave entrance. Just like
Okay.
she's got priority.
Good job, team. I suppose we can move along. But just give me 1 second, and
Well, actually,
no,
because she
Never
used
mind.
force damage and skin it.
It's true, but I don't think y'all are going to sit around and wait for that.
Nope.
All right. I feel like this is actually a good spot to finish for the evening.
Teabag.
Yeah, so we will finish where combat just ended, so everyone has a chance when we start up next session to figure out what they want to do and move on from there. So that was good. That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Good job.
handed
I
you
feel like
some baddies.
Cool.
I feel like that combat was actually some of our more like cooperative combat that we've had thus far. So that was nice. I liked that.
Yeah, short and sweet. Who knows if any of the rest of it will be, but I did promise you more baddies.
Ooh, ominous.
Lots of baddies. It is a promise. Miz is going to feel fulfilled by the end of this, I'm sure.
With the amount of
Oh,
murder.
so that'll give him a
If
good
he
time.
survives, yes.
Joke's on you. He wants to die anyway.
Oh no! He's a millennial! Oh no. Okay. All right. Anything anyone wants to add real quick before we say goodnight?
You right now?
I know. We're leaving you hanging for another week.
You're a monster.
I am. You're welcome.
The question is whether or not she's going to admit it afterwards. She still probably won't.
It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. Well, everyone say goodnight, and I'm going to kick Craig out of the chat.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, and I'm going to kick Craig out the chat.
How unfortunate. It looks like Gary couldn't complete the pizza trials and deliver the pizza to the Stab Brigade. Maybe the power of friendship could help. And in order to strengthen those bonds, perhaps you could go on over to our socials and give us a look, or send us an email at critsandgrits@gmail.com. Or go check out some of the people that have supported us so far. Becky, you can follow on Sugar Puns. Tithus, you can follow on twitch.tv/Tithus, or on Twitter at OldManStark. Kyler, you can follow on YouTube at Fishing After 5. Jess, you can follow on twitch.tv/JessPanda, or follow the Momocon socials on MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Jay, you can follow on twitch.tv/Rush918, and Ducky, you can follow on twitch.tv/DuckyPlease.